Good morning and welcome back to the Now Morning Show, where we are adding things to your calendar. Now, when the Lost Tribe was introduced some 9 years ago, it was a revolution of mass. A few titles later, the band has also added successful events to its reputation. And on January 26th, they lead you to Fete Yard, where you'll get some rubber talk. Valmiki Maharaj, the creative behind the Lost Tribe, joins us this morning to tell us more. So, Val, good morning and welcome back.
Morning.
No
Thank you all for
stranger.
having me this morning. It's been a while since I've been here.
Happy Carnival, all kind of thing in advance.
Happy New Year, all the best for the season.
3 weeks from now, we're on the road.
Oh,
So,
God, I get it. It's plenty.
but before that, you guys have been known for creating some concepts that are, as you say, revolutionary. So tell me a little bit about the concept of Fete Yard. What birthed the idea and how does it tie into revolutionizing events?
Well, I mean, you know, if you are a carnival person, you love to party to some extent. Whether you like partying during the season or out of the season, you like to go out. And there were two major things I wanted to achieve with Fete Yard. On one side, I felt like there has been too much of a divide between traditional mass and pop culture carnival. And I mean, from our perspective, the only way to really battle that is to find some common ground or common space where they could be both put together at the same time. And I don't mean as simple as having some traditional quote-unquote characters invited to our space to perform, but rather find a space where persons who have never experienced or ever played that mass before can play it and can participate in some which way. So last year when we had our first edition, which was the Sailor edition, I really chose that too because I felt it was one of the easier mass to achieve costume-wise. So because it is a costume party, we get everybody to come out, participate, explore what it means to be, what the different parts mean. And that will then segue, I think, into a wider kind of cultural movement, into an understanding of the history, the movement, and then from a partying standpoint, I wanted to bring partying back in town. You know, I felt like if we were moving in many directions, there were many spaces that we were moving that we became very familiar with, which I love, and there are reasons that we are in those spaces. But it was nice to, because of the size of the party, the newness of it, to be able to reach into different directions, like furnace car park, like using a car park in a different space to kind of find a different approach to how we party, how we lay out, you know, how we interact with a space on a Fete level.
Right. Now, you're talking about using a car park to create an immersive experience. So that means that we are getting that in year two, but a different theme.
Definitely. And using it differently as well. What I would love to happen with Fete Yard, once the spaces provide in urban spaces, is to keep the party as a moving party, like it shifts to different locations.
Okay.
The reason I decided, and we decided as a team to keep it in Furnace Car Park this year, was because we had the availability to shift its location. So last year, it was in one of the levels because we wanted that basement type of really urban feel. And this year, especially because of the big hats that people will be wearing, we are on the rooftop. It also provides a level of safety where guests are invited with their ticket with free parking, and you're able to park and then walk into the party, walk back down accordingly with our security on all the levels.
You said big hats that they're wearing, so that's a hint to the theme, as I alluded to the rubber talk.
Definitely.
So this year, it's the Midnight Rubber.
It's Midnight Rubber. You know, there's a lot of conversation and stuff going around generally, especially in the recent weeks about, you know, bad man talk. And the connection between the Midnight Rubber's speech, how he speaks, and seeing what's happening right now in the country and what's happening right now, I think, in our lives generally, where we are emotionally as a people, I think it's a very interesting connection.
Well, speaking of connection, I want to remind you guys that today you have the chance to win tickets to go to Fete Yard, thanks to Val and the team. So take note of our number. 6224010 is the number. We're going to open up the phone lines pretty soon, and you'll answer some simple questions based on what Val is sharing with us this morning about this really cool concept that will see everybody teeth in their mother's hats. Let's be real. A lot of people are doing their own little craft and thing. I saw quite a few videos with everybody getting creative with the costuming. So any color schemes or any specifics that we need? Is it one of those parties where if you do have a rubber hat, you'll be excluded?
Well, I realized last year when a few people came without their hats, they came trying to purchase at the party. So what I would say is, make an effort when you come to the party to dress up.
Well, let's see if Faizabad has enough effort. Good morning, Faizabad.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are you ready to win yourself 2 tickets to Fete Yard Cooler Fete?
Yes, I am.
All right. So, Val, I'll let you ask a simple question because you mentioned quite a bit.
I've never done a giveaway before in my life, so I need to ask you. So lead me, show me how to do this thing.
So, okay, Faizaban, at the beginning of the interview, we actually told you how many years the Lost Tribe has been around. They've thrown the event. So tell me, how long has Lost Tribe been in existence for?
Good question.
9 years.
Good question.
9 years?
Easy peasy.
And just like that, Faizaban, you head into Fete Yard. Congratulations, but stay on the line.
Congrats.
We're going to take your information and make sure that we get those e-tickets to you. The e-tickets, right?
Yeah.
And as we're talking tickets, for those who didn't get a chance to call in and win, how do they get a chance to get those?
So they're available on islandetickets.com and at any of our mass camps. That is Tribe Pure on Roslino Street and Lost Tribe on Alberto Street.
Right. Now, let's talk a little bit about the cast, because as much as it is a cool event, as much as there is the costuming and you being involved in it, we still want to know who else is involved.
Definitely. So, I mean, you have a wide range of DJs that include all our road DJs. So you will have Chad and Ada, you have Reese T, you have Aaron Fingal performing as well. Chris Kennedy is going to be there. And then we have performances by a cast of Mikhail Teja, College Boy Jesse, and a couple of surprise guests that we are going to release as the week continues.
Okay. Last year we saw the likes of Teja and Nyla as well.
We did see Nyla.
So everybody trying to do the fancy sailor. I'm looking forward to that. No, that was the highlight of the video for me. There are many people who cannot. What does the Midnight Robber do? He talks. So will there be any sort of actual vocals or that sort of thing?
So we're finding a couple of different ways to introduce and incorporate the idea of the speech into the party elements itself. It's something I really want to keep for the night when people get there. But what I will tell you is, apart from the traditional performing faces that you may know from other events that you will see, like those stalwarts of our carnival who will be there at the event, you have different ways that we're going to incorporate it into the night as well. So it will be there. Present.
Can't wait to see it. Or actually hear it, technically.
Or hear it,
But
yes.
I have to go and make a hat now.
Right.
All right.
Well, that's one of the most interesting things for me. Like, I really, last year, I'm not going to lie to you, when you introduce a new concept, you sometimes are a little bit nervous going in to say, like, okay, I wonder how people will approach it. But if it's one thing Trinities like to do, I say, is they like to dress up, you know? And we love a theme, we love a dance, we love something to participate in that way. We tell you we're red, you're wearing red. And last year, I was really happy to see that people went out, you know, people who I didn't expect at all came with their gloves and their hat and they partied the night away. So this year, it's interesting because many of our counterparts in different stores have been calling us already saying, yeah, boy, we never sell sombreros like that. Because people looking for anything with a wide brim to take it and turn it into, and last year was the same thing with sailor hats as well. So
sailor hat sold out. I definitely saw that. I still didn't get my sailor hat, but this year I come in prepared.
This year.
Now, you've told us about the cast. We know where to get the tickets. We know what the theme is for this year. Any chance you want to share with us the future themes?
So what I would say is that as of right now, based on the original intentions, our idea is to go through the gamma of the traditional side of Carnival. I want to give everybody an opportunity to explore parts of that side of the Carnival that they may have never met firsthand before. As to which one it's going to be next year, I will keep that until Saturday morning, right after the party. But apart from that, yeah, that's the direction that we're going in. In fact, I would love to hear from people if they would message in and say, you know, which one they would like to play next, what character they're interested in exploring or seeing, or, you know, something maybe they've never interacted with before in their time.
All right. Well, Val, remind the people of how to connect with the Lost Tribe to give those suggestions and more.
Definitely. So we are available for all questions and information on losttribecarnival.com. That is on Instagram, on Facebook, and LT Carnival on Twitter.
All right. Twitter, formerly known as, well, X, formerly known as Twitter.
I still call Massey Hilo.
All right, boy.
I can't do it. I can't change it. Yeah,
well, thank you for making the time to come to this morning and for always revolutionizing the spaces that you enter.
I appreciate that.
Best of luck on Friday. You'll see me, but for now, let me go and find a hat. Guys, we are going to take a break and come back with even more to add to your calendar later on in our morning show, so don't go anywhere.